Here on the Hill, Aryeh Lightstone, who served as a senior advisor to the U.S. ambassador to Israel during the Trump administration and joins us live from Israel tonight. Aryeh is also the author of the book, Let My People Know. Aryeh, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. It is, I believe, past midnight where you are, so thanks for staying up with us. Donald Trump speaking about anti-Semitism here in the United States. As you know, we are in the middle of a presidential race. Let me ask you about the other side of the aisle, Kamala Harris. She gave an interview earlier this week as it relates to Israel and her positions. I want to get your reaction on the other side. Here was Kamala Harris earlier this week.
We have to have a goal of a two-state solution because there must be stability and peace in that region, in as much as what we do in our goal is to ensure that Israelis have security and Palestinians in equal measure have security, have self-determination and dignity.
Do you take any exception to that answer, Aryeh?
I think it's factually incorrect. I think that the premise of saying we need to have a two-state solution and turning October 7th for the Palestinians into their July 4th is a mistake vis-a-vis what happens in Gaza. Hamas has been in charge of Gaza since 2006, and what the result of that was the devastating war launched by them on October 7th. The Palestinians absolutely need freedom and security, and the best way to get that for the Palestinians is to rid them of Hamas.
What do you want to hear out of Donald Trump tonight? He's in Washington, D.C. This, by the way, is one of two events. We believe Trump in about 20 minutes and then another event after that. What do you want to hear out of Donald Trump tonight?
Well, I just want him to recite what he's done. Here's a unique election. We know what Kamala Harris has done. We know what Donald Trump has done. And if you care about the U.S.-Israel relationship, or if you care about the ability to be openly Jewish or openly pro-Israel in America, it's very clear that Donald Trump's track record does the recognition of Jerusalem, the moving of the embassy, ultimately yielding in the Abraham Accords. And we've seen, unfortunately, under President Biden and Vice President Harris, it go backwards in all of those regards. It's safer for me to walk around as an identifiable Jew today in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates than it is on most Ivy League college campuses in America.
We've seen, Aryeh, what is the events, the remarkable events that have unfolded in Lebanon over the last couple of days. First, pagers blowing up as it relates to Hezbollah, foreign terrorist organization, and then the walkie-talkies. Do you believe right now, Aryeh, that there is a war between Israel and Hezbollah?
Well, there's a war that started on October 8th. Since October 8th, Hezbollah has fired over 8,000 rockets, primarily aimed at Israeli civilians. Israel has evacuated over 100,000 of their citizens who've now been living in hotels and hostels for the better part of 11 months without any hope of going back to their homes because the international agreement that was brokered partially by the United States of America and supposed to be secured by the United Nations failed in their mission to keep Hezbollah out of southern Lebanon. Israel has been accepting the incoming for the better part of 11 months and now is being responsive to their citizens, trying to get them back in their homes. And likely one of the greatest espionage attacks in all of modern history occurred over the last 3 days. And this is only the beginning of a possible response that Israel could be providing.
Yep, only the beginning. You got to wonder what's next. Aryeh Lightstone live with us in Israel tonight as Donald Trump is set to speak down the road here in Washington on anti-Semitism. Aryeh, thank you for being with us here on the Hill. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.